we as men, we're not in charge. Yes, man, I said it. So anybody out there is like, oh, that's a bunch of BS.
All right, before you go ahead and watch this video, just go ahead and do us one quick favor. Click on the subscribe button right now. Thank you.
Like, what's your instinct in this relationship?
And
Now we
then,
can talk.
okay.
What's the instinct in this relationship?
So I think that when you know it's the right person, that's when you should make that next.
So what are you looking for now? Like in the relationship now, like I told you, this is my year of assessment, so I'm about to help you out, right?
Okay.
Let's assess the relationship. Sorry.
No,
Not
it's
sorry. So in assessing relationship, because I seen the thing on Instagram, right? It was a pastor talking, he said, dating, and I 100% agree with him. Dating is not the time to make memories. Dating is not the time for us to fall, like be all lovey-dovey and stuff, right? It happens, but dating is the time for us to have the hard conversations. Dating is the time for us to have the ugly conversations, right? Let me know who you are really as a person. I need to see your character. Who are you during the time of adversity and conflict? He didn't say that, I added that. But that's the thing. So when I ask you that question is what's the direction for you? What are you doing in the relationship? What are you really looking for to let you know whether or not I need to move forward? How do you gauge that? Or do you?
I do. I think one of the biggest things that I look into a relationship to know whether I need to move on or or if I wanted to stay with him was, can I communicate with him and can he comprehend what I'm telling him? Because there's like, yes, I can communicate with my partner this, and that, but if they're not understanding or comprehending what you're saying, or at least like putting themselves in your shoes, then I feel like that communication is going nowhere.
Empathy. Got you. So that's a big one. Communication.
Yes.
Being empathetic towards the person that's trying to communicate to you, whether it's you or your partner.
Yes.
Okay.
And then just being open with each other about everything. Because, I mean, if we want to start a life together, we're going to know everything about each other, right? So it's just like finances, career goals, which is something that we struggle with because I want to stay in California, but he wants to go move back to, wanted to move back. And it was just like a big that was a big thing that we talked about during the beginning of our relationship. It's like, what are we going to do? Are we going to stay in California? Or are we going to move away somewhere? But we're staying in California, thank God.
He said, if you wanted to know, I won that battle.
No, but we did like sit down and talk and like explain why we didn't want to move or why we wanted to move, like the pros and cons.
Good.
So that was a big thing for me too. It's just like, how was I going to marry somebody if we didn't even want to just stay in the same area?
Absolutely. Now, are you, is he in the military as well?
Yes.
That works. That definitely works. Well, that's, and in that aspect, it's not even the last question, but those are things that helps relationships move forward, right? So like eventually you guys step outside of that boyfriend and girlfriend. Now, if you're looking at yourself like, hey, I know by relationship title, I'm your girlfriend because we haven't really been, you haven't asked me to marry you yet or whatever it is. We're dating, right? Do you see yourself as a wife?
Yes.
Do you operate as a wife?
What does that mean?
Exactly. So now, and I love the fact that you said, what does that mean, right?
Yeah.
Because I ask people all the time, like, do you see yourself as a wife? And you not hesitantly said, yes. But then I asked you, do you operate as a wife? What does that mean? How can you see yourself as something you don't know how to operate as?
You don't.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, you don't.
Just like, damn, did you just so what is all right, so when you ask me, like as a man, because I've never been a woman, what does a wife operate? What does that mean? Specifically in the sense of, are you willing to with intent or being smart about it, are you willing to submit to your future husband? In the sense of, hey, I'm here for you, I'm here to support you, I'm here to help you, I'm here to assist you, as long as you in your position can lead in the right manner, in the sense of, what are we doing, right? I can come to you and I'm willing to have these emotions with you, and I'm willing to, if you will, submit in the sense of, I know I'm the woman of the house, when it's all said and done, we as men, we're not in charge. Yes, man, I said it. So anybody out there is like, oh, that's a bunch of BS. Okay, cool. I want you to look at any movie, since that's what y'all believe. I want you to look at any movie and tell me what usually happens to the man and the woman, right? Who's really in charge. We all know this. If we're going to have real conversations, let's have real conversations. Back to it. So I say that. Like, I know that. I'm not in charge. I have the last say, but I know when it comes to that house, my wife controls and runs the house, right? And that's what we understand. That's just our exchange. I'm going to go do the thing, but I'm going to bring it back to you so you can take care and nurture. Because as a man, I don't know how to nurture as much as a woman does, right? So that's what I mean in being a woman. Like, are you willing to play that position?
Yes.
And that's good. So, yes, you are a wife, right? Like, you think and you move as a wife, but you just tell yourself that, right? Like, so now you know. And again, that's just my understanding of it, of what I see. But that's for you to go back and look and say, what does a wife do? And do I really move that way? Because I would ask your boyfriend, are you moving as a husband? Do you see yourself as a husband? And those are just conversations. But those conversations I have with people I actually work with relationships.
Wow.
And we jump into it. I think that's super dope though. Like, for you guys, eventually I will be out of the boyfriend and girlfriend stage.
Hopefully soon.
Hint, hint.
Thank you so much for watching our videos. If you're enjoying the content you're seeing, go ahead, click that subscribe button, and stay tuned for what we got coming up next.